What is up, my elites, and welcome to EliteMJ Presents. I just want to start off by saying thank you guys so much for helping me reach 20,000 subscribers. I never thought when I rebooted this channel last year that I would reach this milestone so quickly. So you guys, thank you for the bottom of my heart for helping me reach this milestone. Although 20,000 subscribers is a massive milestone, it's still not enough for YouTube to give you some sort of token, like a plaque. So I decided to go get my own token. Anybody that knows me knows I'm a huge pro wrestling fan, as well as a huge Pokemon fan, so I thought my token should merge the both of them. So I partnered up with a company called Belt House, who create amazing customized pro wrestling championship belts. And together, we created the EliteMJ fanfiction championship. Take a look at this bad boy. So shout out to Belt House for creating this amazing customized championship belt for me, for hitting 20k. I'll 100% be bringing this around to all the conventions when I get invited. Alright, let's talk about why we're really here, is my fanfiction stories. You guys have supported Pokemon Next Generation for over a year, and we're not slowing down. Episode 25 should be out soon, and it will be the mid-season finale. That means we're only halfway through season 1. And episode 25 is going to be very, very special. Not just because I have a few surprises in store, but it will be the beginning of a collaboration with another YouTuber's OC story. And I'm talking about EliteMJ and his Pokemon Advanced Adventure story. Jay has been a huge supporter of Pokemon Next Generation for over a year. And I've been watching his videos and I've seen his growth, and I find that we're very similar storytellers. And after just having a brief conversation, the idea of merging our stories became reality. In the first episode of Pokemon Advanced Adventures, you might have seen a familiar face there that belongs to NextGen. So we decided to make our crossover to be within the same universe, but at different time periods. So Pokemon Advanced Adventure will take place during the time of Ash Ketchum, whereas Pokemon Next Generation will take place during the time of Mark Masters, which is 10 years later to Ash Ketchum's story. So this gives us room to focus on our individual stories respectively, but at the same time, you never know what character is going to appear in the other story. But I will say this, episode 25 is when the crossover really takes effect. Enough about me blabbering on about it. I have invited EliteMJ to come on to this presents and to give a little bit of information about our crossover. Take it away, Jay.
Hello everybody, EliteMJ here, and thank you so much MJ for having me. Before I start, I want to give MJ some flowers. Congratulations bro, on 20k, you deserve it so much. I see how hard you work, you're a true inspiration and a huge motivator to my own work. Alright, let's talk about what to expect. If you haven't seen my channel recently, it's completely wiped clean. Only videos are being Pokemon Advanced Adventures related, which means for now PAA will be the main and only focus. I'm going to do some other videos here and there, but for now, expect strictly PAA content. If you can't tell by now, MJ and I have combined our universes. Next Generations is the future timeline of Pokemon Advanced Adventures, and Pokemon Advanced Adventures is the same timeline as the official anime. So expect to see some subtle nods to each other's series. This has been in the works for a couple months now, and it's been flawless. MJ is so easy to work with, and we haven't had any creative clash. So expect to see a lot of references in PAA to Next Generations, and a lot of me in Next Gen. And a big shout out to each and every one of you who predicted this collab. For those who aren't familiar with PAA, don't worry, it's fairly new, so you don't have too much to catch up on. Here's how I look in PAA for reference, and this is me during Next Gen. This is the other outfit, which shows clearly that I'm a Pokemon researcher, more specifically a Charizard specialist. Lastly, huge shout out to MJ for allowing this to happen. Without him and his amazing mind, none of this would have happened. Once again, MJ, major props for all you've accomplished. You're a legend, and I cannot wait to see what the future holds for you. Thanks for allowing me to be a part of your wonderful series. And for all the viewers, check out Pokemon Advanced Adventures on YouTube, on the channel EliteMJ if you haven't already. That's all for me. Thanks so much for having me, MJ. Back to the go.
Shout out to EliteMJ for that presentation, and I hope you guys are excited for this collab. Again, it takes full effect in episode 25, which will be out soon. I don't have a date right now, which it's pretty hard to make dates for these videos, which you guys can understand. They take a while to make, and there's a lot of editing involved, and I do pretty much the whole thing myself. So that will be out pretty soon, and yeah, let's move on to the next update on the future of my fanfiction series. So you guys are aware of a mini-series I have called Pokemon Tales of War, which features the Pokemon War that happened 3 years before the journey of Mark Masters, and we follow different tales of Pokemon trainers that experienced hardship in the war. So far we have seen the story of Misty and Kyogre, and we have seen the story of Go, Garantina and Mew. So after episode 25, Pokemon Next Generation is going to go on a small break so I can focus on the other fanfiction series like Pokemon Tales of War. And I would like to announce that another mini-series is under production. This series is going to be within the Next Generation universe, but it will take place in the past. This series is going to be called Pokemon Tales of Old Galar, and it will feature a story based in the 1900s style of Pokemon. And I'd like to mention that EliteMJ won't be writing this series. A good friend of mine is going to be the writer of this series, and I'll be the producer. And more information on Tales of Old Galar and its writer will be revealed at a later date. So, before I dive in on the final fanfiction series I have in production, I want to make a big announcement. So you guys may remember many months ago I hosted an OC competition where I would get an OC of yourself created and they would appear in Pokemon Next Generation in some capacity. Well, back then I only had under 10k subscribers, and now hitting 20k there's a lot of new people here that didn't get an opportunity. So I'm hosting another competition again. If you guys want to enter this competition, all you gotta do is like this video, ensure you subscribe to the channel and comment below. Perhaps mention your OC and tell me a little bit about their backstory. I will then gather all the names below and enter them in a random draw, and the winner will get a character in Pokemon Next Generation in a future episode or series. Before we dive into the final announcement, take a look at this short video. Yep, you guys saw that right. Pokemon Black and White 3 will be the next fanfiction production in the EliteMJ channel. This series won't be connected to the Next Generation universe. It will have its own style and will be more of a comedic series. The goal of this show is to make you guys laugh and to see the Pokemon world in a different light, but it will still have creative storytelling. This series will follow a new main character called Sky Greymond, who is not your typical Pokemon trainer. He's lazy, obnoxious, doesn't really care for Pokemon. His mother got sick of him and kicked him out of the house, so he has no other choice but to go on an adventure in the Pokemon world, and he'll get a big reality check. Well guys, I hope you enjoyed this EliteMJ Presents, and I hope you're excited for what's in store for the channel. Again, thank you guys so much for helping me reach 20,000 subscribers. It means the absolute world to me, and I'm not going to stop until I hit 100k. So with that, stay elite, and I'll see you soon.
This is the next generation's roar.